Hello and welcome everyone. Today in this video I'm going to model a simple truck inside PicoCAD, and for making it fairly low poly, I'll be using Aesprite to make the maps and the textures. I'll be modeling it inside PicoCAD, and after that I'll model the same truck inside Blender also. So we can have a side-by-side comparison as well. So let's get started. So in starting, I started by a canvas of 128 by 128, and the first thing which I have to do is select the palette. I have to use the exact palette which matches the color of PicoCAD. It's called Pico 8. You can load it from Aesprite. It's available in the default palettes. And once all the colors are there, we can start making the textures for the model. Since it is the first day of my trying this PicoCAD software, I decided to model a simple truck. Let's see how it turns out. Here I am adding some rectangles to make the outline of the sides of the truck, the back side. And I'm not sure, I'm very much limited by the colors. As I can see in the palette, there are very less colors. But it also keeps your project a little bit more discreet, and you are much more focused on the design rather than just the colors. So I'm just adding a little bit, it looks like a reflection. I'll just add a few lines. And after these lines are added, I think I should write down the name of the channel. So I did the minor adjustments. I started writing it down and adjusted the length of this rectangle a little bit more so it fits properly. And it's good that I spent a little time on this because this side will be used for both sides of the truck. So it's not like I'm doing only one face, it's two face and one. After that, I'm doing the front part. Since I'm not planning to add or extrude the cube further, so I'll be making the front face just like a train or a simple truck. So it will be flat surface, and whatever I have to model, I'm modeling it here in Aesprite only. So adding a few colors, blue one for the glass and the front headlights. I just added some pattern and copying the half of it to make a proper door. So door has to be separate for left and right side, since both sides cannot have same door, so it should be opposite. So I've copied and reversed that. I'm also packing them closely but not too close so that they create a problem, because I'm not very much familiar with the PicoCAD yet. So once I get the hang of it, I can pack them much more closer. So I think this much part is done and we should get started with the PicoCAD part. So let's quickly save it and export it into a PNG format, because that is supported in PicoCAD as far as I have read in the manual that came with it. And here is the PicoCAD. So you can see there are 4 screens which are visible. First one is the free 3D look, where we can pan around and have a look at our object that we are modeling in a 3D view. To inspect, another 3 are I think top, side and the front view. So we can select our vertices and start modeling the truck. So let's pull this sideways so it's like a cuboid. I think the shape is coming along, and let's extrude the front face, and we can see it already starts to look like a truck. I think I'm getting the hang of it, and pretty good that I'm coming better in this. So the next part focus will be on the texture. So I'm dragging and dropping the texture that I made in the Aesprite, and you can see it fits perfectly, because remember what I told in the first part, that the canvas size was 128 by 128, that is supported here. So let's drag and drop the maps properly. So I am just selecting this vertices and dragging it here so it fits perfectly in this rectangle that is visible on the side. So the shape should be proper. And once I do this, you can see the exact name will appear on the truck, just like any other software, just like we do in Blender and other softwares. After that, let's do it for the back side also. After we are done with it, I think I'll be focusing on the front side as well. The back side, this is the back door that I did. And similarly for the opposite side, I'm just fast forwarding a bit and adjusting the color so it looks a little better. For the front side again, quickly adjusting the shape properly. Similarly, I'll start doing it for the doors as well. Starting from the left door, I'm adjusting the alpha value and it's a bit faster here, and the left door is ready, similarly the right one. But I saw it was reversed, so I had to change the position of the vertices from upside down to left right, and then again I tested it once more which one was correct, then I fixed it. But there was a big problem which I faced. Can you see? This is just a cuboid. There are no wheels in this truck. So I think I'm not an expert yet in PicoCAD. So let's start by adding some wheels. Let's go. I started by adding a cylinder, one of the default shapes in this software, and I had no idea how to rotate that cylinder. So I started using an old school method, that is dragging the vertex one by one and making them vertical. So I took the furthermost and put it down, and similarly the middle ones above it to rotate the cylinder. It was a time taking process, but initially I had no idea I can rotate. Later on I figured it out that there are easier ways to rotate a mesh inside PicoCAD. So similarly, for the right side, I put them vertically and then reduce the size of the wheel so it looks like a wheel. And quickly, I just had a quick thought, I don't have to go back to Aesprite to make some color or model of the wheel. I can just add black color. I have to expand the size of the truck a little bit more so it looks appropriate with the dimensions of the wheel. So I'm just putting black color in all the faces. By this time I came to know that there is an option to duplicate the meshes. So I can duplicate this wheel or clone this wheel and put it for the other 3 wheels in the truck. So I don't have to model one more cylinder and rotate it. So there is an option to see, there is a rotate option. I realized it much later. So okay, I can clone it and put it on the other sides as well. So I think my truck model is coming to a completion. Just like that, I have to add the 4th wheel also in its proper position, and we can see it looks much more better, but I have to fix the colors. So similarly for the other 2 faces of the wheels, I'm putting black color, and wherever the color is missing, I have to do, I think on the back side of the wheel there is some place. Okay, we can see it here. So I'll quickly click on that face and set again that also to the black color. And I think the model is more or less complete. Let's save it, and there is an option to export the project. So we can go to the view, and from the options we can export it as a GIF, make it medium spin, and we can have a look. This is our completed model. Finally, just a quick shout out to the person who made this software. Johan made PicoCAD a while ago, and it's available on the links given below in this video also. So you can follow him on Twitter. He seems like a very nice guy. So my model is complete, and I was thinking, why not make the same model in Blender also, so I can do a side-by-side comparison. I'm happy with this PicoCAD model. Now let's get back to Blender and model the same truck. I started with the default cube, and I'm not going to delete this. I'll make the truck out of this default cube only. So extruding the front face, making it a proper cuboid shape just like a truck. And for the front side, again I will extrude. I won't be adding many meshes in this. I'll keep it fairly low poly because I want my model to look exactly like what I did in PicoCAD. I don't want to add any extra faces. Although in Blender we can do very complex modeling even in the low poly models. So I think this was the shape. I won't be using the bool tool to cut out the shape for the wheels also. I'll just add a cylinder, and I'll decrease the mesh count to make it fairly low poly again, and rotate it on the y-axis. Put it on this side of the truck, and I think we are ready. Later on we can duplicate and put these wheels on all 4 sides of the truck. I think we are almost ready. I'm just adding a little bit of shape so it looks a little better, and I think our truck is ready. So let's get back to the UV editing part and add the textures here. Same textures from the Aesprite. I'm not adding anything extra, and just like what I did in PicoCAD, I'm adding the maps properly. So I'm reducing the size according to the shape of the truck and selecting the vertices. I can see some of the faces are not coming properly because they are not properly unwrapped. We have to unwrap each and every face inside Blender properly, but I am here doing it quickly, so I'm not doing it for all the faces. So I'll take a shortcut. I'll tell you quickly. Go to the right side and right click on this object mode, and there is an option you can see. You can project from view and unwrap. So you will find whichever face you were missing earlier inside this UV editing, you can find it, and I can adjust the door here. Once I'm done, I'll do it for the other side as well. I think this one looks good here For the other door, again it will look like this only. For the wheels, again I'm using the black color, and I think I'm more or less ready. It's complete inside Blender as well. So to add finishing touches, I'm adding a plane quickly and making it look like a small studio. What I'll do, I'll add a camera, and the perspective should be very much like what it was in PicoCAD. So adding a few lights. We have freedom to add lights and everything here. So I'm adding 2 or 3 lights in the scene. Also, just like the model of PicoCAD, I have to rotate it. I'm just quickly making the center part of the truck parent of the wheels. So the wheels also rotate when I rotate the center model. So let's quickly animate this truck. Go to animations, right click, insert the keyframes for the Z-axis, and you can put a plus sign and plus 360 degrees at 121 frame, because I'm making a 120 frame animation and it's a perfectly looping animation. So it's 4 seconds video and it will perfectly loop at the end of it. I have set the render properties and I have to quickly go to render and render the animation out. So this is the final output. You can see, just like in PicoCAD, this truck is rotating here. And for a side-by-side comparison, let's have a look. So this is how it looks in both of the software. And I think it looks very good in both of them. Both have their unique points, and Blender is a fairly advanced software, so I'm not comparing as it is, but I think PicoCAD is good for the low poly modeling and learning the stuff, while Blender is good for advanced stuff. So I hope you liked this video and it was fun to watch. So you can put your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.